Welcome to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you'll hear about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Now, let's join your hosts, Spivvy Williams and Terrible T-Guy.
All right, guys, welcome to the next edition of Event Radio. We are at the Holy Grail of Corvettes. We are at the Corvette Museum, and we are here for Corvette Bash, which is one of the largest Corvettes events that goes on in this city all year long. There are thousands of Corvettes, it seems like. I don't exactly know how many there are, but no matter what color, what style, what year that you want, if you can't find one at the Bash that really trips your trigger, you're in trouble. That's all I can say. What do you think, T?
You just really don't want a Corvette if you don't see one here. And
well,
what a better place to have it, right here where they're born.
No, well, sure. And I believe if I was going to buy a Corvette, if I was in the market for a Corvette, I would come to an event like this because you can see every color combination. You can see everything there is up close and personal, and you can get to get your own ideas of maybe what you want in a car or what you like in a car, and this is the place to come see and get that done. I think it's cool.
I tell you what, I've seen 1,000 already that I love.
Well, I tell you what, it's easy to do.
They've even got a golf cart here made like a Corvette.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, we may have to drag race, you think? This show is going to be a little different, guys. This show we have sort of pre-planned, and T and I don't do much of that, but we have actually pre-planned. This show is going to be all lady Corvette owners, and we don't talk about just the ones that are riding shotgun. The girls we're going to have on this show, they are the ones that it's their car. They're coming to these events. They may have a boyfriend or a husband. We're not sure.
He rides shotgun.
But he's the one riding shotgun. We've got to say a real special hello. I've been sort of doing a little research for this show, and I've got to meet some of these ladies on the computer. And there is one lady that is really special that is not here. Her name is LaDonna Gilstrap. She's from the Carolinas, and she has an absolutely beautiful blue Corvette convertible. What's really cool about this lady is that she is a car gal. She knows all there is to know about cars. Her husband owned car dealerships. And she knows how to talk the talk. And I've had more fun meeting and knowing this little lady, doing this stuff for this show. She has a co-pilot, T-Bone. His name is Riggs. But Riggs is a almost German Shepherd, long-haired German Shepherd that's just cool as he can be.
He rides shotgun.
Yeah, and the only way she can get him in there is put the top down. But he sits in that other seat, and her and Riggs have a big time in that car. And that's what Corvettes are about.
What's not to have a big time in a Corvette?
Well, and she's pretty, too, you know.
Right.
Hey, I'm telling you what, she would stop a lot of traffic.
That's what you got a convertible for.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But that's what Corvettes are really about. They're about having fun. They're about meeting new friends, new people. And when you come to these events like this, that's what happens. You get to rekindle old friendships, I guess you would say.
Make new ones. If you
yeah,
got a
make
Corvette,
new friends.
Everybody likes that.
Yeah. You get to make new friends, and you get to meet people from all over the country because they all come to events like the Bash. So this is a cool, fun deal. I'm looking forward to today.
Well, we're lucky to have the Corvette Museum and the plant of the Corvettes here in Bowling Green.
Yeah, and what about the new motorsports park? They get to go over and spin around a little bit, and they do a lot more than just Corvettes at the motorsports park. They do motorcycle racing, they do
go-karts,
track days, go-karts, they do all kinds of stuff. Matter of fact, we talked to a guy last night that has a Porsche, and he was out there and he said he put 100 miles on his car yesterday on the track, and he was wore out. He said he was tired. But it's really cool.
I bet he looked like a duck out of water, that Porsche.
Yeah, well, probably.
Little rivalry going on there.
There you go. Well, our very first guest, guys, we're going to introduce you to. We're going to nickname her the First Lady of Corvettes because she has the baddest hot rod here. She has a Callaway Corvette, which there is no better than a Callaway. They are the fastest legal production car in the world. Matter of fact, Corvette Racing, you need to borrow one of them. You might have a better shot at winning something.
They need to borrow something, don't they?
Well, this little lady we're going to introduce you to, she drives one. She is a pretty gal, and trust me, she makes a Corvette a hot rod. And for the fella that scolded me and said they were not hot rods, they were finely tuned driver's cars. Guess what? This little gal has a hot rod. So just if you want part of it, just sort of pull up next to it, and she will give you all you want.
Give
I
you
promise
a spanking that you'll like.
That's right. We're going to take a real quick break and rustle her up and get her on here with us. You're on Event Radio, guys. We are at the Corvette Bash at National Corvette Museum, and I'm telling you, there is a sea of Corvettes, and we're going to have so much fun. Fun Police are bound to be here pretty soon.
Well, Prince allowed to come back from the dead singing Little Red Corvette.
Well, there's a lot of red ones here, buddy, but there's red, blue, yellow, green, just about every color there is. So if you want to see what's cool, all you got to do is come out to the Bash. There are vendors here that have everything. Holly's here. The people that Mr. Joe Pruitt that brings Corvette Homecoming to this city is here.
Mike Kirby's here.
Mike Kirby's here with the steering wheel. He'll make you steer in the right direction. And there's all kinds of really cool stuff here, guys. So you need to check the Bash out. It is a great event, one of the premier events that go on in this city. I think it's cool.
It's already cool right now.
You're on Event Radio, guys. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the Corvette Bash, National Corvette Museum, and we just happened to wind up where the bad guys are, the fastest cars on the grounds. No doubt my favorite Corvette in the world, the Callaway Corvettes. They are the absolute cream of the crop. If you're going to go to the best, this is where you go. We start our all-ladies show with the best, with a lady that she's the wheel hoss of one of these things. What is your name, ma'am?
Rebecca McCarty,
Rebecca, where are you from, sweetie?
Mobile, Alabama.
Ooh, an Alabama girl, too. Boy, you can't beat that.
War Eagle.
Oh, well, yeah, well, all the pretty girls come from Alabama. You know that, right?
I don't know. There's some pretty Tennessee girls and Mississippi.
Yeah, I know, but
too.
see, they're working their way down. And I know the Tennessee girls are pretty. Don't get on me, Liz. But the Tennessee girls are pretty. But now the Alabama girls are just, you ever watch a Miss America pageant? All the pretty girls are in there wind up being from Alabama.
Mississippi and Alabama have most Miss Americas.
Is that maybe due to sweet tea and country ham or what?
Probably.
You think that's what it is?
Yep.
It's good for you? Mm-hmm. Do you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you something. What is the favorite food in Alabama where you are?
Well, I'm actually on the Gulf Coast.
That's what I thought.
So we like fried shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
You're sort of like the Forrest Gump deal. Mm-hmm. Everything shrimp is cool.
Everything shrimp is good, and everything crab is good.
Okay, I can do that. I can live with that. You drive the baddest Corvette in the world.
Thank you. I think so too.
Well, they are. There's no doubt about it. And we have told a story many times, and you can verify this for me. The guys at Corvette Racing are pretty good.
They are.
They got decent cars.
They do.
Need a little help in some areas, but they've won a lot of class stuff. They're still getting beat every weekend on the overall stuff. If they had a Callaway car, that might change.
Callaway makes an excellent race car.
Well, if Callaway had a team that competed with them, those guys might as well go home. There's
Amen.
Well, no, really they might, because we talked about this last year at the museum. I guess the birthday or whatever it was, and the guys from Callaway said, these cars will not only outrun, but outstop and outhandle anything those guys have, and do it with the XM radio playing and the air on, and that is a pretty boastful thing, but they can back up what they say.
They can.
Do you?
And Corvette, I mean, that's the history of Callaway. Reeves Callaway came from the racing background.
Sure. Well, all the good stuff comes from racers anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
It
really.
does. It does.
It really does. I mean, they're the ones. They're the self-funded guinea pigs, if you will.
Yeah.
They really pay their
We
own
are,
way
yeah.
to learn all the technology that makes the companies then fall to suit and make it work. You know.
I agree.
So, how long you been in the Corvette habit?
When I was a little girl in the 4th grade, I had a teacher that had one, and it was in a little country town in Columbiana, Alabama, and I thought it was like a spaceship. It was a 67
Yeah.
blue on blue, and it was just a spaceship. And I thought back then, one day I'm going to have one of those.
Going to have one of those just no matter what, huh?
In my early 20s, I bought a 78. It was a used one, and I had that for a little while, and then I had a son, and life goes on. And about 8 years ago, my husband bought me a 75, so I would go to car shows with him. He knew I wanted a Corvette.
Alternate motive, right, to get you to go with him? Is that
To
it?
get me,
Okay.
yeah.
All
And
right.
now I do all the car shows, and he stays at home, or he'll come with me some. But then I bought the 14, and when the Z06s come out, oh my God, I was bit. So not only did I have to have a Z06, I wanted a Callaway Z06.
There you go. Well, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. You know.
And I was here last year when Callaway revealed that they were going to do a Z06 package, and I ran right from the track. I was tracking, and at lunch I came and I ran up to Chris and said, I want to be one of the first Callaway Z06s.
There you go. There you go. And you were.
And I was.
And it's red. And a pretty girl in a red car, I bet you not only turn heads, I bet you break a neck or two.
Well, you know, all Corvettes are red,
Yeah, there you go. The rest of them are just, they couldn't find the right color. Is that it?
in my opinion.
Okay, well, that's all right. You don't argue with a pretty woman, especially with a pretty woman that can drive a hot rod, you know. I've got to share this with you. I was looking at a bunch of Corvettes, and this fella came up to me, and I called it a hot rod. Well, to me, they are a hot rod. And
They are.
he said, no, it's not a hot rod. It's a finely engineered driver's car. And I said, buddy, no offense, but I've had a few of them, and to me, they're a hot rod.
Well, those of us from the South, you know, we're a little bit redneck. So
Well, hey, that's all right, darling.
We have to have our hot rods.
Well, I tell you what, and I said in the opening of this show, and you haven't heard that, you will later, but I said, you know, if you don't think that they're hot rods, you come find this lady with this Callaway, and she will show you how much of a hot rod they really are.
That's right.
I
I love to drive them. I love to track them.
I think we're going to ride and get out of their way here, so they can. I don't know why we're in their way.
My own car.
Yeah, I noticed that. I saw you on Facebook, I guess it was this morning, and you're down there with your hands dirty, cleaning this car, and that's very unusual for a pretty gal, you know.
Well, in my opinion, you don't know your car unless you detail your car. You learn every nook and cranny
Boy.
and every flaw if you detail your own car.
You and I think a lot alike. I think if anybody was going to buy a used car, instead of doing all this crazy test driving, you need to take and wash that thing.
You need to detail it.
You need to wash it by hand, and you will find every little thing.
That's right.
You're a smart gal, my friend. You are a smart lady.
And at home, I have my own 2-post lift to
Okay.
help me so I can, you know, take wheels off and detail. My husband says some women want jewelry. I wanted a 2-post lift.
You
for
want a
my birthday.
toolbox, right? Yeah. Well, that's all right.
But
Well, let me ask you something. What does your number one son think about mom having a hot rod?
he's entertained by it. He just shakes his head and said, "That's Mama."
Really? Okay. That's all right. That's okay. One thing about it, he doesn't have to challenge any of his friends saying, hey, you want to bet my mom can outrun you? Because I know you can.
He had one of his friends at the New Orleans track in a Porsche, and he ate my dust.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, you know, that sometimes happens, but that's not, the world's not going to come to an end there. One thing about it, he didn't look as good while he was doing it. There you go.
Well, thank you, kind sir.
Well, that's all right. I'm a nice guy. And besides, your husband's must be too far away. He can't reach and hit me now. So,
He's in Alabama.
oh, okay.
He
Well,
stayed at home.
I'm still going to behave. I still behave. I don't believe in not doing that. So, but this is really cool. Are you having fun this weekend?
I am. I really am. This is, to me, the bash is the best every year. I come to And this is a girls' weekend for us. There's a group of us ladies that are on a group together on Facebook of women who own and drive their own
Well, that's what this
Corvettes.
whole show is about, dear. We're going to have several of you on here. We wanted to start it out with the best there was, and that's you.
Well, all my Corvette sisters are the best.
I understand, but you are the fastest, and you give a whole new meaning to a fast lady. It's not the other way. But guys, any Corvette here, if you think this lady doesn't have a bad hot rod, just bring it on. Is all I can tell you, because the baddest there is what you have. You know.
Well, thank you.
Well,
I
that's the way
think
it
so
is.
too. I
Well,
think so too.
I knew John Lingenfelter. I'm an old drag racer, and I knew John. And John built a lot of horsepower, but that's about where it stopped. And that was his claim to fame, was making the cars fast. But they did not handle. They didn't stop well. They didn't do all the stuff that the Callaway does, and it does all of that well.
Well, you have to have the whole package, because you can go fast, but you better be able to stop.
Yeah,
You better
yeah.
be able to drive it.
That's true. That's true. Well, lady, I think you're cooler than pockets on a shirt. I'm going to
Well,
tell
thank
you,
you, kind sir.
and really, because pretty ladies that are into cars, that's a gift from God. That's not. Well, it really is. It really is, especially if you're a car guy. You know, because nothing is worse than to go home and sit with your wife and try to talk to her about what you're really fired up about, and she doesn't know and could care less. And I think your husband is such a lucky fella that y'all can sit down and you can talk cars. You like the same stuff, and you took to it like a duck to water and said, "Hey, watch me go." And I think that is absolutely awesome.
Well, thank you.
Well, that's just it. And besides that, you're from Alabama.
War Eagle.
Yeah, there you go. Guys, the one and only, the coolest lady on the grounds we have brought you on Event Radio. We're going to keep on cruising and stabbing and steering and having all kinds of fun. The fun police are probably close behind, and we don't want to stop too long because they will catch us. But you're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On the track or on the street, the #1 brand in performance is Holley. Have you heard about the Ultra Street Avengers, Ultra Double Pumpers, Ultra HP, and Ultra Dominator carburetors? They're ultra light, ultra cool, and ultra fast. Holley carbs are the most powerful carbs money can buy with no further modifications. Holley, winning performance for over 100 years.
All right, guys, we are back from the Corvette Bash, National Corvette Homecoming, or it's Homecoming, no, National Corvette Museum. And I guess that my overall favorite girlfriend has joined me here on the this show, and she has a Corvette that is known by its name, and that's very unusual. When you've won as many shows as this gal has, she owns a car called Blue, and Miss Elizabeth Reese, she is my buddy, and she sort of helped us get this whole deal together. How are you, sweetie?
I'm fine. How are you today?
Well, I guess for an old fat guy, I'm all right.
Whatever.
Well, what do you mean? Come on. You know. Hey, be nice to me. You owe me. I got a bet. You lost.
I know. I lost.
You lost the bet.
I
You lost the bet. So don't
I will
you?
pay up.
You better be nice to me.
I will.
So how? So you got me a bunch of girls to be on the show.
Right.
The lady with the Zeos, I mean with the Callaway was really
Yeah.
cool.
She's
I
awesome.
Well, I love Callaway Corvettes. If I could afford it, that's one I would own personally. I would have a Callaway. It's just enough hot rod to get my attention, you know.
And she's done so much to hers, makes it even better.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the Callaways. Period.
Yeah.
You know, that's that trips my trigger. You know, it's sort of like seeing your old time girlfriend, you know, and you say, "Boy, daggone, where'd I go wrong there?" So what's happening? Anything good?
Just enjoying the folks around here, seeing everything new, the colors, the people, you know.
Well, what's cool with this whole deal is that you girls participate in this thing without hubbies, without boyfriends. Of course, you got Hunter, you know.
That's right. I always have.
But
Hunter.
he's the chick magnet. See, he Hunter, by the way, is her son, and he is the chick magnet. He has all the girls following him around and all that, and he runs off.
Hunter's
but that's
the
okay.
chick magnet.
He's a chick magnet. But this is a fun deal, and for you to put together the all-female show for us.
This is the A-team.
The A-team?
The A-team.
Oh, okay. So that's now explain that to me.
Well, you have Rebecca that you just interviewed that has the Callaway. She likes the race. She shows.
She's the big gun. She's the big gun is what she is.
She's the one
right?
that lights everything on fire.
Well, trust me, she has the Roman candle to do it. There's no doubt about it. Look at this.
Hunter's detailing your cart. Waxing it.
Waxing the cart. I tell you what, boy, if this isn't first class service, I feel like a full service station here. What do you get him to do this to yours?
I wish.
He wouldn't do that to you?
He did help me today, though, just because he doesn't have his here.
He doesn't. Well, I thought that was his here. No?
That's mine.
I know that's yours. Whose is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's not his.
No.
Oh, well, it looks like his.
Kind of, yeah. No stripes, though.
Huh?
Hunter's has stripes.
All right, so I blew it again. Give me a break, lady. You are the head lady, I guess, of the Clarksville Corvette Club, huh? And you go to everything that's cool. I think that if you go to an event, guys, and you see blue in a parking lot, it's a good event, and Miss Elizabeth, if she endorses it, it's for sure worth going. Or you don't go to junk, lady.
No, I don't. I don't have time for.
Huh? Well, yeah, that's okay. It's had water all over it, and we've been wet too, Hunter. It's not a big deal. We're gonna let you go to introduce us to some more ladies here, and we might have you back on here in a minute.
Okay.
As they come in, you can sort of clue us in as to who they are and what they do and all that stuff. We might even make you the co-host of this thing. What do you think?
Oh boy,
what?
Are you sure about that?
Well,
that
yeah.
could be scary.
Nah, it wouldn't be scary for me. Guys, you're on Event Radio. We are at the Corvette Bash at the Corvette Museum. And I tell you what, a lot of y'all probably wish you were us because this is an all-female show, and they all got cool cars, and T and I get to be right in the middle of it. Boy, you can't beat that. You're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the bash at the Corvette Museum, and with every thorn, you wind up with a rose, and we have run up with Rose, Tell everybody who you are, ma'am.
Hi there, everybody out there in Radio World. My name is Rose Padilla. I live in Peru, Illinois. We are approximately 100 miles southwest of Chicago, so you're probably kind of detecting a little bit of a weird Chicago accent in my voice.
Well, as long as you didn't bring Al Capone with you, we're okay. We'll be all right.
He might be related to me. You never know.
Well, Terry says all of his family is still in the penitentiary. So, we try to behave. So you're into the Corvette hobby really hard, huh?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, it all started. I have a guy cousin by the name of Sam. And Sam always used to have these gorgeous Corvettes. And when I was a teenager, I just fell in love with the car, and I had to have one. Just had to have one. But, life goes on, and you have school to go to. You have your job to go to.
All the unnecessary things of life, yes.
Unfortunately. But I always made sure I had a high-performance car. So my husband knew of my love of Corvettes, and we didn't have much money when we first got married.
Imagine that. Most couples don't,
I know, really horrible. So
now, wait a minute. That says one of two things, because as you get older, you accumulate that. Does that mean you have less fun, or what does that mean? I don't think I'm going to buy that with as much fun as you guys are having here today. But at least I had to ask,
Well, fun is what you make it.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
well, let me ask you something.
Yes.
After you got the Corvette, did your husband ever take you to the drive-in in it?
Funny that you say that. No,
okay.
He did not, but I worked at the drive-in.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Oh, boy, I wouldn't tell anybody that. When I was a kid, I would go to my grandmother's. My grandmother lived down in a little country town, and this place was so cool. The drive-in movie in the wintertime, they would just charge you a couple of bucks to get in. They didn't even show a film.
Wintertime.
No, yeah.
In
they would-
Illinois, we're totally shut down.
Oh
in
no,
the
no.
winter.
Well, we had our normal quarter of an inch of snow, and it sort of slowed things down here. But they actually opened that drive-in and would let you park with a concession stand open, but never showed a movie. Why'd they do that?
That is like way too funny.
Well, that's true. That's true. So, are you having fun here?
Hey, we're having a great time today. We took a plant tour this morning
Okay.
that ran a little bit long, and then we went over to the Motorsport Park.
Okay.
And we did some touring laps there. And
Okay.
we basically just got back.
Well, and then
about-
we're here to disturb you. How about that, boy? You can't beat that, huh?
Hey, disturb away.
Hey,
I
well,
love
we're having
it.
fun. I'm telling you.
Yes.
This whole show is the coolest ladies of Corvette. That's what this is. And you are now one of them. How about that? Is that
you
cool
are
or what?
so sweet.
Well, nah, I'm not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I'm just an old fat guy having fun, Not really. Not really.
And I'm just a silly old lady.
Hey, we could do some serious stuff. Lady, thank you for joining us on
thank
Event
you
Radio.
very
This
much.
is so much fun. We're having just a ton of fun, guys. We're introducing you to the coolest ladies in the Corvette hobby. You're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On the track or on the street, the number one brand in performance is Holley. Have you heard about the Ultra Street Avengers, Ultra Double Pumpers, Ultra HP, and Ultra Dominator carburetors? They're ultra light, ultra cool, and ultra fast. Holley carbs are the most powerful carbs money can buy with no further modifications. Holley, winning performance for over 100 years.
All right, guys, we're back from the National Corvette Museum and the Corvette Bash, and our show that's dedicated to the girls of Corvette, the coolest ladies on the planet that drive the hot rods. And I'm sitting here in the golf cart, and this good-looking woman comes and almost runs dead over me in a Corvette convertible, and I liked it. What is your name, ma'am?
I told you to move. Oh, Beverly Hoover.
Beverly, where are you from, my dear?
I'm from Lansdale, Pennsylvania.
Boy, you're way up there, aren't you?
I sure am, right outside Philadelphia.
Boy, that's Dick Clark's still alive up there where they had the American Bandstand.
Is he still alive?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But they had American Bandstand in
Honey,
Philadelphia.
I was at
didn't they?
American Bandstand.
Did you do
I'm
it?
not going to tell you my age, but yes, I did.
You really did it, huh?
Yeah.
That was the ultimate show if you were a teenager back
Yes,
then.
it was, and I was a teenager back then.
Well, me too, but that's all right. We won't talk about that. That doesn't matter. How did you get into the Corvette deal?
Actually, kind of late compared to some of the ladies.
Okay.
1998, when I married my husband, he
Took
had
you a while, huh?
I
No,
was
go ahead.
single
I'm
till
sorry.
I was 47. You lost your chance. Anyway,
Well, I'm always at the wrong place at the wrong time.
hey, save the wave Corvette.
That's me. Miss Suzette is a friend on Facebook.
And she's a friend of mine.
And she is a wonderful little lady,
Yes,
and
she
she's
is.
just sorry she can be that she is not here. And we always promote Save the Wave. That is a Corvette tradition
Awesome.
that has been around since I've been a little guy, and that's something you need to do. That's an obligation that comes with owning one of these cars. And if you don't know about it, shame on you. Find out about it. That's all I can tell you.
You go. Anyway,
go
so
ahead.
my husband had a Corvette. I did not. I just switched jobs. I'll make it short, okay?
Okay.
Anyway, when we got married, he bought the 98 pace car.
Okay.
Sight unseen, he ordered it because he's an Indy fan.
Okay.
And when he got the car, well, then I kind of fell in love with Corvettes. We started going to Carlisle that first year, August of 98. I saw the 93 Ruby Red anniversary package, which I really wanted, but I didn't ask. And then we got married that same year. And then my first wedding anniversary, I got that car.
Well, see, you know why?
Why?
He learned the two best words of marriage. So when you get married, you only got to know two more words.
Happy wife, happy life.
But you only got to know two more words, and he'll verify this. After you say "I do," the only other words you got to know is "Yes, ma'am."
You got it.
That's the way it is.
I think he's well trained because this is my
I am.
third Corvette.
Hey, I know what's going on.
I have two now.
Do you?
I do. I have an Atomic Orange, a 2008 at home,
Oh boy, I tell you what, you're a double threat, huh?
pretty much.
Well, I'm glad you didn't run over me. You know?
Oh, honey, no, I wouldn't run over you.
Well, I appreciate that. But
see you
I
got-
didn't realize you
you-
were sitting in here doing the.
You actually built
So-
you actually built my ego up that a pretty woman in a Corvette convertible would even stop it for me. But that did build my ego a little.
Oh, I hope so.
It did. It really did.
Good.
You
I'm
know,
glad.
With
I need the
on
help.
the back of her car, she's got that decal of the tail of the dragon.
I've done the tail of the
did you like
dragon
that
3
in the
different
car?
times.
Well, Terry is a ex-professional motorcycle racer, so he does
Wow.
he does the dragon like you and I would go to the potty. You know, it's no big
Gotcha.
deal to him, sideways and dragging the knees and all that.
That means
And is
stupid
he a
stuff.
safe motorcycle driver?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just
No,
checking.
ma'am. He has crashed on ESPN more than Captain Kangaroo has been on TV.
Okay, I'm just wondering if he passes cars on the curves and stuff like that.
I don't
know.
know. He doesn't
Oh,
do that. No.
Okay, then
but on the
compared
race,
to some of those guys on the tail, he's pretty safe.
On the dragon, he is very safe. Now on a racetrack, he's a dangerous man.
Good.
But he is very safe at the dragon.
I may have been on a few racetracks myself.
Yeah, well, that's sort of what we did. We did that before we're not radio people.
Ah,
We are both ex-professional racers.
Okay.
I did cars. Terry did motorcycles, and so we started event radio, and it's sort of cool when we go talk to the guys. We have sat in the seat, we have held the handlebars, so we know what to ask.
okay.
Makes it pretty neat, huh?
It does make it pretty neat.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Can we get you to spin a tire when you leave here?
No.
Okay.
Did you
All right.
spin a tire on the dragon?
Yeah. Did you do that?
No, I'm trying to think. No, I don't think so.
Really? You were calm, huh?
I tried to concentrate on taking those curves as
I think
well
you should
as
do
I
that.
could.
I think you should do that
So,
because a lot of them wind up off the road down in those
I've
ravines.
seen them all. I've seen it. I've seen
Sure.
them off
Yeah.
the road. I only did it 3 times, but I have seen, I think, every time someone off the road. 2 of them were motorcycle guys.
Yeah, they tend to get a little nuts.
Well, and I've been passed on a couple of the curves by motorcycle guys.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I think it's just crazy, and it's not safe. You want to play, but don't
Well, if
harm
you want to
other
play,
people.
guys, if you want to play, come to the Motorsports Park. They're having a
Yes.
bike week next weekend. You can get out there and drag the knee out of your pants if you
Absolutely.
want, and do it in a safe environment and not hurt anybody up but yourself. You know.
Yeah, I like fast. I like going fast. I put the pedal to the metal and all that kind of
So
stuff.
what do you do, lady?
I'm retired.
Are you? What did you do?
What did I do? Oh, I did a number of things. I was a restaurant manager for 20-some years.
Oh, that's good.
It was, and then left that, and I became a property manager.
Okay, so you take care of everybody's rental and you get all the headaches.
Pretty much. I didn't like it very much.
I don't blame you. I don't think I'd be good
I
at
don't
that
like
either.
it very much. Thank God
You
I
know,
retired early.
I don't believe I'd want to be called that my toilet didn't flush at 3 a.m. You know, and
I want to tell you this. I can't even tell you on radio the things I've seen,
I
and you
bet.
don't want to know.
I'm sure I don't. Listen, lady, thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes and being on Event Radio. It is our pleasure to have you, and
mine too.
and it's my pleasure that you didn't run over me, even though
I would
that-
hurt my car.
Oh, I knew there was a reason. Daggone it. Guys, you're on Event Radio. We are bringing you the best of the gals that are their own Corvette owners, and they're not the passengers. The guys are the passengers with them, and we think that is just cooler than pockets on a shirt. And we're going to bring you some more. We're having fun. Thank you,
Okay,
lady. We
thank you.
appreciate it. Guys, you're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On the track or on the street, the #1 brand in performance is Holley. Have you heard about the Ultra Street Avengers, Ultra Double Pumpers, Ultra HP, and Ultra Dominator carburetors? They're ultra light, ultra cool, and ultra fast. Holley carbs are the most powerful carbs money can buy with no further modifications. Holley, winning performance for over 100 years.
All right, guys, the hits just keep on coming. We're back, and boy, I tell you what, this little lady's sure enough a pretty gal. What is your name, ma'am?
My name is Dee Peterson from Boston, Mass.
Well, hey, we like Boston. You know, that's where all the rats ran through the city and stuff, right?
Yes, we love Boston, but it's very cold.
Yeah, I know. I'm not into the cold weather thing, you know.
No, I'm not
All right,
either.
now, the supreme question with you being in Bowling Green, do you know what country ham and sweet tea is?
I don't.
Well, now we've got to work on you. We have to fix you up because you can't come to the South and not know what country ham and sweet tea is.
Absolutely, I'm up
See,
for it.
well, that's all right. Country ham is basically like any other ham, except city ham is cured with sugar. Country ham's cured with salt,
Oh, okay.
and it's really good.
Yeah, it
you
sounds
might
good.
you might ought to try it. We'll find you a restaurant somewhere close
No problem.
that has country ham. Now, sweet tea, that'll just make a rabbit smack a bear. I mean, sweet tea is just wonderful. It's good stuff. How long you been into the Corvette deal?
We've actually owned 4 Corvettes.
Okay, that's cool.
So from 1988 where we started with the anniversary edition,
Uh-huh.
and then moved on to a C5,
Okay.
and then another C5,
Okay.
and we currently have a C6 Grand Sport.
Ooh, I like those.
So,
I like those. I like the big wheels and tires, and they're fun.
So,
And they
yeah,
spin a tire, too. I like
so
that.
about 20 years.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah,
That just proves that it works, huh?
it does.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolutely.
So you and hubby, I'm sure, are into it.
Yes, we are.
Now, are you into it more than he is, or is he into it more than you are?
He actually introduced me to it.
So did he create a monster?
Yes, he did.
He did. Huh? Okay. Well, that's usually what happens when the guys introduce you to the Corvette hobby. They create a monster,
Yes,
and
he-
you become a bigger fan than they are.
Actually, yes, that is true.
Well, no,
You're
hey,
right.
I'm just
You're
old,
absolutely
stupid,
right.
honey. I'm just old. I'm not stupid here. I'm just, but no, I really I've been around Corvettes a long time. And do you do the wave? Do you know about that?
Absolutely. Save
Okay,
the wave.
good. We've got
Save
to.
the wave.
We have to promote that because that is a long-standing tradition that a lot of new Corvette owners haven't figured out yet. And guys, you're sort of a slug if you don't do that. You need to wave at the other Corvette owners as you pass them. Do you know what where a wave came from?
I don't.
All right, I'm going to clue you in. A wave came from back in the old days when there were horses and stuff, and it showed that you were friendly to the other people and that you didn't have weapons in your hand. So you threw your wave up, and the other people could see that you were a friend and not a foe.
Oh, that's
So that's where the wave came from. So unless you hate the other Corvette guys, you might ought to wave to them. Do you think?
Absolutely. I
Okay,
agree.
that's
Totally.
cool. Are you having fun here?
Wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome. That's a good answer. I like it. I like that. So now, what's next on your agenda? After, have you picked out a new one to take home, or what?
I actually have.
Well, what about hubby? Is he going to write the check or what?
Maybe finance it. No check.
That's all right. Doesn't matter.
But we did the plant tour for the first time.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
I would
pretty
love
cool
to
go
do it
through.
again.
Well, go do it again. It's free.
I will.
It's free. You
Yes.
can do that again. We actually followed a lady not too long ago on a show, and we went through the plant and we went through the delivery process here at the museum. If you buy a new one, you need to do that.
Okay.
That is really a cool deal. You learn so much more in depth about the Corvette hobby by doing the museum delivery.
I would love to do
Yeah,
that. Thank
check
you.
that out while you're here.
Thank you for the advice.
and have one of the burgers at the Corvette thing in there, the restaurant.
Okay.
They actually have good burgers. Haven't got any country ham, but they got good burgers.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
Thank
need to
you so
talk to
much.
Wendell. We need to talk to Wendell and have him put country ham. Wendell, you need to put country ham on the menu in there. These northern girls don't know what that is. They have it every morning. All right, there you go. There we go. We have that. See, Wendell knows what's happening, guys. Guys, we're at the Corvette Bash. We are meeting all the pretty girls of the Corvette hobby. You're on Event Radio, and we're just having a blast. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the Corvette Bash, and wow, I tell you what, you leave it to the old fat guy, and I find the prettiest girl in the place, and I stand the golf cart on its nose. Then I find out she is a race instructor. Wow. What is your name, dear?
My name is Jenny Haroldson.
Jenny, and where do you do this, sweetie?
I work for Ron Fellows Performance Driving School.
Okay.
And we're just outside of Las Vegas.
What do you learn to drive the Corvette running away from your boyfriends or what? I mean, wow. I mean, this is I have never taken a class, but you, I think, have just motivated me into wanting to.
It's a blast. You'll
Is
learn
it?
a ton about
Will
your
I?
car. Yeah, and you'll feel real comfortable when you leave, and you'll have some real serious skills to take back home with you.
Well, we're not playing fair with you. We are actually, Terry and I are not really radio people. We are
Okay.
ex-professional racers. I'm a pro drag racer.
Awesome.
Ran funny cars for years.
Woohoo.
Terry is a professional speedway motorcycle racer. Been on
Wow.
been on ESPN more than Captain Kangaroo.
Wow.
So we
cool.
know a little bit about what you do.
Okay.
Just a little.
Okay.
Now, road racing, no, we don't know a whole lot. We know that it's cool. Terry's done some knee dragging on some bikes. I never got into doing that. Mine is always straight line stuff.
How does it feel? How much horsepower do you have in those cars that you would run?
Well, I ran them a long time ago. Mine were down probably about 3,500. But
That's a lot.
Well, in 1977, I finished sixth in the world. Cars, we ran alcohol cars, not the nitro cars. My car ran 680 at 218.
Okay.
So it's not too shabby.
Woohoo!
You learn how to keep control of it, and you don't do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people, car wise, and I think that you will verify this. The worst thing that's ever come out on any kind of road racing, round track racing, or anything else is rubbing is racing.
Yeah.
That is the worst thing that's ever been said, in my opinion. And because that makes you lose.
Yeah,
You
well,
lose. And to be a successful, really good race car driver, you have to learn finesse, and you have to learn to be smooth. It's sort of like courting a real pretty girl like you. You don't do anything radical. You make things right and easy. Am I pretty close there?
Yeah, you're very close.
Okay.
I mean,
What-
all
what-
the things you said are right. You have to be smooth. And
Right.
You need finesse. A lot of people think they can just go in there and muscle it, right? That doesn't work.
No,
You
it
know
doesn't
that doesn't work.
Oh, of course not. And that'll get you in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the thing that we always preach, and we do a lot with young people on this show, but we always preach to them that racing is so much better for them than the stick and ball sports, because they teach you respect. The car will make you respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you
Oh,
know
yeah.
exactly where
Oh,
I'm coming
yeah.
from.
Yeah.
All right, let's say I sign up for your school. What's the very first thing you teach me?
The very first thing we're going to teach you is we're going to take you out and teach you some car control skills. So it's all
Okay.
hands-on. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll teach you some skills, teach you a little bit about performance shifting, which you know a lot about.
Well, no, not really. Not a lot. I know that when it's on fire, it's time to shut it off. I know about that stuff. But are you teaching them lines? Are you teaching them
Everything. We teach them
Everything, really?
everything. So we start out, we just kind of fine-tune the skills they already have, brush the rust off. From there, we give them real, actual, tangible skills that we take out, and they develop over time. So they'll have a classroom session, then we'll go out and apply it on the racetrack.
That's
classroom
perfect.
session, apply it on the racetrack.
Okay.
So we wear them out in 2 days pretty good.
Well, hey, that's good. That's good. And the thing about it, guys, really, you should check this out, because anymore, you've got to learn to be a pretty defensive driver to get by in this world with all the cell phones and all the text messaging and all the crazy crap that people do. You really need what this little lady does to stay alive. Not so much having fun at the racetrack, but there's a lot more challenges out there now than there used to be.
Yeah, they get one skill you could talk about is just visual scanning, just being able to look ahead farther than in the front of your, just right off the nose of your car. That'll save you from
A lot of
the
stuff,
text
yeah.
messaging and all the stuff that's happening out there. Just
Right.
being aware.
A lot of people think the hood ornament's as far as they need to look ahead, and that's the
Right.
farthest thing from the truth.
You got it.
It's guys, you need to at least, I catch myself looking through the other people's windshield.
Perfect. That's great.
But I always do that, and of course, there again, I'm an old guy, and I've done this a long time, and I didn't have a pretty teacher like you. Daggone it, I knew I did something wrong. So where do you teach this, sweetie?
We're right outside of Las Vegas. Just 45 minutes outside of Las Vegas. So you fly into Vegas, and we take you from there.
Well, I tell you what, you can have a big time and do it there.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
A lot of people make a weekend out of it. They come
Hey.
out for the school, and then they'll spend some time in Vegas before they go home.
Yeah, and guys, trust me, you get to sit around with this pretty girl and pay attention to what she's telling you without her just reaching up and smacking you for it. Is it real expensive?
No, it's not actually. If you, especially GM has really done an amazing thing, a really responsible thing to do with the Corvette owners that purchase a car. They actually pay over 60% of your stay at the school. They pay for your ticket in 60%, more than 60% of that, and your accommodations. So not bad at all, and you really learn to respect the car.
Well,
which is what you said in the first place.
Trust me, guys, the respect is the number one thing to learn. If you will have the respect, the rest of that comes pretty easy.
Yeah.
You got to learn that some of these Corvettes are so quick now, it's sort of like petting a rattlesnake. You know what I mean? It's really cool to do as long as you got his mouth taped together.
Yeah.
And this little lady teaches you how to do that and do it safely, do it fun, and then you can come back to the motorsports park and just go out there and tear a wheel off, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, we'll try not to tear a wheel off, but we can have
I
some
understand.
fun. We can,
That's
I know.
my expression, darling. I'm sorry.
No,
That's my southern expression. Give me a break. So now, wait a minute. Hold it.
How's that?
You're
We
from
burn some
Vegas.
rubber.
I got it. That's part of the way. I've asked all my ladies that were from the north, and I got to ask you: do you know what sweet tea and country ham are?
Sweet tea, I know, and I've had, but country ham, no.
Oh, we got to work on you. Daggone it. We have to indoctrinate you. Now, Wendell even says they have country ham in there for breakfast. So
Oh, really?
Now I'm going to work out for you to get that because you got it. You can't come to the South, darling, and not know what country ham is. That's a staple. You know,
Is it like a breakfast ham?
Well, yeah.
Like bacon?
Actually, country ham's cured with salt, and the other's cured with sugar. You know, but you take that back, and they're going to think, well, gosh, they've ruined you. You know, we're not sending you to Bowling Green again, right?
You know, it's funny. My husband has been here to the South, and now everywhere he goes, he asks for sweet tea.
See?
And they look at him and say, No, we don't have that because we live on the West Coast.
So now,
but we miss it.
There you go. There you go. Did you instruct your husband on how to drive his car?
You know what? He's actually a driving instructor.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that means nothing. Did you teach him how?
I taught him a thing or two.
All right. See?
He's really good. He's fast.
You're not supposed to say that.
Well, he is. I still can take him.
Oh, I have no doubt. You see, you have the thing that all guys see when you get married. I'm going to tell you something you may not know. When you get married and you say "I do" and you're the guy, you only got to know 2 more words. That's yes, ma'am. Well, if you know that and you've learned that, you got everything else covered.
Good to go.
Yeah, we're good to go.
So you married?
No, I was. My wife passed away about a year ago. But I was married to a really cool, beautiful woman, and she was way too good for me. Now I have pink underwear and don't know how to cook. But other than that, I'm pretty cool. But we do motorsports radio everywhere. It's an internet show all over the world. So we get to introduce you to a lot of people. And guys, trust me, it's a doggone shame that this is not TV, as pretty as this lady is, to be able to see her on TV because it'd be radio. But we're going to take a picture of you because we're going to cheat.
Awesome.
We're going to put your picture behind this show.
Okay.
Listen, we're going to let you go. Thank you so
Thank
much
you very much
for joining us on Event Radio. I'm going to give you a little packet so you know who we are and who wasted your time here. And we might want to do that one of these days. You know, we've done everything else. We've been backwards and on fire at 200 mile an hour, and Terry's fallen off every way that there is, and we might want to do that just so we can say we did it. I actually ran an off-road buggy once in the Mint 400 out there.
No way.
Yeah, did that.
Wow.
That's not fun in the desert. I don't know how you'd like that.
I would love that.
Well, the desert's really tricky because you're going along and it just vanishes. And you can't see it because it's all the same color.
Yeah.
And you're running along there about 100 mile an hour and the ground goes away. And it's not fun, dear. You have to learn to read that. And for an old country boy out of Kentucky, that you don't go to the desert and just learn to read it in one day, you know.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of fun. We have been fortunate.
That's awesome.
The CD I'll give you will introduce you to us. We actually started racing at 8 years old.
Wow.
We both won Southern Kentucky Go-Kart Championships as kids. We moved on I went to drag racing, Terry went to motorcycle racing, and we started and both had a career into that, and then came back and formed Event Radio and started doing what we're doing. It makes it a little better for us because when we talk to somebody like you, we have sat in the seat, we have held the handlebars, we know what to ask you and not get, you'd be surprised. Some of the guys would go up to one of these Corvette guys and say, well, what kind of motor's in there? No, we're not going to do that. And we really want to thank you for taking your time.
Well, I want to thank you for the opportunity. How awesome.
Hey, no, it's my pleasure. Hey, all it takes is, guys, trust me, all it takes is a little radio equipment and a doggone old golf cart, and look how pretty a girl you get to join you. Hey, I'm pretty good at this. Lady, thank you so much for being on Event Radio. We're having a ton of fun, guys. We're at the Corvette Bash, Corvette Museum, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Doesn't get much better than what we just had, but we're going to give it a shot and see what we can come up with. You're on Event Radio. We'll be right back.
On the track or on the street, the #1 brand in performance is Holley. Have you heard about the Ultra Street Avengers, Ultra Double Pumpers, Ultra HP, and Ultra Dominator carburetors? They're ultra light, ultra cool, and ultra fast. Holley carbs are the most powerful carbs money can buy with no further modifications. Holley, winning performance for over 100 years.
Well, that's all right. Hey, Diane didn't mess my hair up, so don't worry about it. It's okay. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to turn this on. I want you to pretend like you like it, and I want you to have it up close, about like this. Pretend like it's some good Brad Pitt or somebody. I don't care, and we'll talk. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Good.
What are you doing?
All right, guys, we are back from the Corvette Bash, and I get a lady that I've had on here before, and she is a Corvette gal. She bleeds red Corvette. There's no doubt about it, and she is the one now, probably the head lady of the Corvette deal of Bachman Chevrolet in Louisville. And, it's pretty cool to have a Corvette, but it's even cooler if you want to go buy one and you got an Insight. You don't sell them. I know you don't, but you know people that do.
Oh, I sure do. We've got one of the top Corvette salesmen in the country.
Woo, well, boy, are you special or what?
We sure are special.
See, I met you, and see, I blew it. I knew she was creative. I knew she did things to make things really pretty. And I probably got her mad at me because I thought she was a hairdresser, but instead she was a floral designer at the time. But now she's moved on to full-time Corvette. Boy, that was a switch, huh?
Oh, not really.
Really?
Not really. No, Corvettes have always been in my blood.
Well, I understand that.
Always been a Corvette girl. Just now I'm over on the side where, I hang out every day with them.
Well, yeah, and you get paid for it.
I do.
Boy, you're smart.
I do. Loving every minute of it.
Well, see, you're a smart lady, too. See,
yeah.
It's cool when you're good-looking and you're smart, too.
Yeah, that works.
It works for me. Yeah, it sure does. So what do you do exactly at Bachman?
Well, I'm the director of First Impressions.
Well, that's ought to be good. Boy, you sure made one with me. But anyway, director of First Impression. Now, tell me what. I'm a little slow, so tell me what that is.
Well, that means I sit up at the front. I'm actually the receptionist, but I sit up there at the front and greet everybody that comes in and hang out there in the showroom and talk Corvettes all day.
Oh, boy, that's a tough life.
It is. Somebody's got to do it, though.
Hey, I tell you what, guys, when you walk in that dealership, if this lady doesn't put you in a good humor, you might as well just go on and park somewhere out in the South 40, and figure out something else to do. You guys really do, all kidding aside, you sell a ton of Corvettes.
We do. We're in the top 100. We actually came in 31st last year. So, yeah, we sell a few of them puppies.
Well, daggone, if I ever get enough Coke bottles together, I might be able to come up there and get one.
Well,
you think?
We can take care of you.
I got to go around scrounging my Coke bottles. See, and you're, even though you're 100 and some miles north, you're cool enough from the south that you know what sweet tea and country ham is. I know.
Oh, definitely. I was raised on it.
There you go. See, guys, you can look at this lady and you can see it's good for you. If she was raised on it and you look like that, hi, how are you? Boy,
hey.
We're having fun now, right?
Yeah, we're having fun.
Yeah, we're having big time.
Selfie action there going on.
Huh?
A little selfie action there going on.
Well, I got to watch you. Daggone it, I worry about you.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
we're friends on Facebook, and you scare me sometimes.
We just became friends, though.
Oh, I know. See, I dreamed about it all this time. See, that's what, well, I tell you what, this is a ton of fun, and it's cool. I picked this lady out at the Vets, Pets, and Family show back years ago because she was sitting on the ground, and this is a gorgeous lady, guys. I'm gonna put her picture on behind this show because she is a really pretty gal. But she's sitting on the ground rubbing on a chrome wheel of a Corvette, and it just freaked me out. I wasn't ready for it, and in my world, the jockey don't walk the horse, and you doing what you were doing is just that says you're a cool lady.
Well, that's my Miss Scarlet, and I solely take care of her myself.
Good.
Yeah. Keep her clean and waxed, and do the fenders, and do the wheels and the fender wells and all that, and had her in a lot of car shows over the years. She's got a whole wall full of trophies, and I enjoy that.
Awesome to me. I think it's cool.
It is.
Well, this show, lady, has been all about the ladies of Corvette, and it would not be right not having you on it.
Well, thank you. I'm honored.
Well, it's a pretty good show. It will air Monday, and we're going to introduce a bunch of you gals to guys all over the world, you know,
Uh-oh.
and we're doing it cheaper than that Match.com or whatever. but we're having a lot of fun at the bash. Are you having fun here?
I'm having a blast.
Are you meeting a lot of potential Corvette buyers?
Yeah. Well, there's, obviously a lot of owners already here, but they're always looking at new ones.
Well, now, is it true that they only make red Corvettes?
Mm.
No. Boy, I got you there, didn't I? Did I get you there, darling?
You got me.
Yeah, because I know how you think. You bleed red.
I like those red
you
ones.
bleed red. That's
I do
okay.
like those red ones.
Yeah,
although I did have a blue one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, but you got rid of it, you know.
Well, yeah, it was an 85. That was my first one.
Okay.
It was
So
blue.
now what year is the one now?
She's an 06.
That's cool.
She's a coupe, yeah.
That's
Victory
all
red.
right. I can imagine the red. You got to have the red.
Yeah,
gotta
gotta have it.
All Corvettes are red. The rest of them got the wrong paint can. Is that it?
Pretty much.
Okay, all right. Guys, what a cool lady. We introduced you to her on Event Radio, and she is an absolute blast to be around. If you get a chance, go to Bachman Chevrolet. They will try so many ways to sell you a Corvette. You're bound to like one of them, even if you don't buy the car. Getting to meet this little lady as you walk in the building is the coolest thing since fried pie. So go up there, check them out, and tell her that you heard about her on Event Radio or you listened to her on Event Radio. And shoot, I might run up there one day and buy one. You never know.
Well, come on, we got them.
Get me some more pop bottles.
We got 6 more of them in this morning before I left Louisville.
Well, I've got to get me some more pop bottles together, but I'll keep on scrounging.
All righty.
Okay, Miss
Well,
Diane,
hope to
thank
see you soon.
Thank you, lady, for being on Event Radio.
Thank you.
Guys, we're at the National Corvette Museum. We are at the Corvette Bash, and boy, it don't get no better than this, but we will be right back.
On the track or on the street, the #1 brand in performance is Holley. Have you heard about the Ultra Street Avengers, Ultra Double Pumpers, Ultra HP, and Ultra Dominator carburetors? They're ultra light, ultra cool, and ultra fast. Holley carbs are the most powerful carbs money can buy with no further modifications. Holley, winning performance for over 100 years.
All right, guys, we are back, and Miss Elizabeth has rejoined us. She is the first lady of Corvette, really. She is at every event that's cool. You win all the shows. You won this one. Man, this is cool, gal. And I think that due to your efforts, our all-lady Corvette show is going to be a hit.
I hope so. Yeah.
Well, you've introduced us to some really sweet ladies. None of them quite as cool as you, but that's okay. You know, you're our buddy and our girlfriend on the side.
I know, right?
But you are. But thank you for taking your time, along with winning this whole show, taking your time to introduce us to all these girls, and it's been fun. It's been great.
I've had a great time listening,
Well, you know, we try.
Well, you did an awesome job.
Well, we try. I'm trying to impress you, see what it is.
You got that.
Oh, okay, good.
You got it.
Good, I did good. Guys, the one and only Miss Elizabeth Reese, if you see Blue and her at a car show, you might not want to enter because she's going to spank you like a stepchild. But she wins these things easily, and she wins them everywhere because she's an awesome lady with an awesome hot rod. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you. Guys,
we'll be right back. Well, T-Bone, what do you think about this deal, buddy? I tell you what, we had the best of the best, the ladies that, man, are they cool or what?
I tell you what, they got pretty cars, and they're just as pretty as their cars are, and more friendly than both.
Yeah, you know, everybody, guys, if you have heard some terrible rumors on some of the Corvette people, we just dispelled all of those because they are very nice people. The ladies are charming. They're beautiful. Their cars are cool.
They're passionate about their cars.
Yeah, they really are. And the Corvette hobby is a hot hobby to have. It's a fun thing to do. You never meet a stranger because you got a something to talk about that
you got
both
the
of you.
Corvette Wave.
Yeah, you're into it. Remember, guys, the Corvette Wave. Please do that. That is a tradition that's been around since Hector was a pup, and we were little kids, and that's been a long time ago with Terry and I. But that's always happened. The guys have always waved, and you need to do that. Thanks to Miss Suzette DiOrio. She got it fired up, and she's got it going on. We sure wish that our other buddy, Miss LaDonna, was here. Miss LaDonna Gilstrap, she is a Sure enough, credit to the Corvette hobby. Her and Riggs, the cool dog, and all that. Terry, you got to meet her. She's cool. But this has been a fun day. This has been a fun show.
It's been a good show, Spiv. I mean, all these girls they got their act together when it comes to cars.
Yeah, they do. And guys, we have said in this show many times, if you are fortunate enough to have one of these gals that is into cars, is into the Corvette hobby and that kind of stuff, that is a special gift from God. So
That's
you
a
take
keeper.
Yeah, she's a keeper. You take care of her. You treat her like the lady that she is, and those are very few and far between. And you're a lucky guy. That's all I can tell you. T-Bone, what do you think? Should we find a hamburger somewhere? Or?
Find a hamburger helper or something.
We got to do something. Guys, we never quit our show without thanking our sponsors. They're right up there with breathing to us, and one of which is bringing you the new tower to the new Corvette Motorsports Park, the great guys at Holley Performance. If you can't find a part for your hot rod from Holley, you don't have a hot rod, my friend. They've got it all, just recently acquiring MSD Ignition, and the hits just keep on coming with all of the great companies that are part of the Holley umbrella. Make sure that you give those guys a call. Call Holley.com and talk to their reps. They can fix any ill you may have. For sure, the guys at Quick Fuel Technologies, there are no better race carburetor company people in this world than the guys at Quick Fuel. They know their stuff. If you're a racer, your carburetor never goes out of warranty, because if you're at a race somewhere, one of the Quick Fuel guys will more than likely be there. If you have a problem, you go to them. It gets fixed, period. Marvin,
where else can you get some boat-on horsepower like
trust
that?
me, Marvin and the guys know their stuff. There is nobody cooler in the carburetor business than Mr. Marvin Benoit. He has trained these guys to the max. They do it his way, which is the right way. And you buy a Quick Fuel carburetor, and the competition is they're sucking hind tent, pardon the expression. But you have everything it takes to go out there and be a bad boy. The great people at Beach Bend Park, Beach Bend Raceway, Beach Bend Splash Lagoon. How much more fun can you have on the summer than going out there?
See the racetrack and
yes,
take a
sir.
swim at the same time.
Yes, sir. You can do the whole deal. You can ride the Kentucky Rumbler roller coaster and look out if you're not trying to throw up and watch some racing going on from the very tip top. But Beach Bend Park, Beach Bend Raceway, and Beach Bend Splash Lagoon, one of Bowling Green's crown jewels. Please come. If you ever come to Bowling Green, either to the Corvette Museum or the Motorsports Park here or whatever, take time to go to Beach Bend and see those nice people. It is a great, great place to go. Last but not least.
Not least but no means.
Yes, sir. Our buddy, Mr. Jimmy B., the guys at GearheadGazette.com. You get on there and you will find everything that's cool in the car hobby. All of the cool shows, the cool cruises, the cool events that are going on everywhere in this country. GearheadGazette.com has them. All you got to do is go on there and find out who, what, when, and where of a place to go. We at Event Radio use that to find out where we need to go, and we have a blast every time. T, I've had fun. What do you think?
I've had a ball. It's really been a great time, Stevie.
Girls are pretty. Cars are hot. I'm hungry.
I agree.
Let's go get a burger. Guys, we appreciate you joining us, and as always, if you have liked this show, please tell a friend. If not, you keep that to yourself. Guys, we will talk again.
You've been listening to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you heard about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Join us next time with your hosts, Spivey Williams and Terrible T Guy.